Hello and welcome back to Hello English World, the place where English comes alive through real conversations, real emotions, and real stories. I'm Leo.
And I'm Rose. Whether you're joining us for the very first time or you're one of our amazing regulars, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so happy you're here with us today.
That's right. On this channel, we believe the best way to learn English is not by memorizing grammar rules from a textbook, but by listening, feeling, and connecting with the language. And that's exactly what we do here, every single broadcast.
Today's topic is one that is so close to our hearts. And honestly, we think it's close to yours too. Are you ready, Leo?
I was born ready, Rose.
Today, we are talking about city life versus village life. The noise and the silence, the rush and the peace, the skyscrapers and the open fields. Which one truly makes us happy?
This is going to be a beautiful conversation, full of feelings, memories, and some really honest moments. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in.
Okay, Leo, let's set the scene. Imagine you wake up in the morning in a big city. What do you hear first?
Honestly, the first thing I hear is a car horn, then another car horn, then about 15 more car horns, mimicking honking sounds.
Oh my goodness, yes. And then maybe the sound of construction work downstairs, like someone is building an entire skyscraper right outside your window at 6 a.m.
Exactly. And yet, and this is the strange part, there's something exciting about that noise, isn't there? Like the city is already awake before you are. It's already moving, already alive, already saying, hey, come on, let's go.
That energy is real. I lived in a city for several years, and I remember stepping out of my apartment building and just feeling it, that buzz, that electricity in the air. Thousands of people all rushing somewhere, all with their own stories, their own destinations.
The city has this incredible sense of possibility, like anything could happen. You could walk into a coffee shop and meet someone who changes your life. You could turn a corner and find a little art exhibition you never knew existed. You could hear 5 different languages being spoken within one city block.
That's what I love most about city life, the diversity, the food, the culture, the people. You want Japanese ramen at midnight? Done. You want to watch a live jazz performance on a Tuesday evening? There's a place for that. You want to take a pottery class, learn salsa dancing, attend a book club. The city has it all.
Nodding enthusiastically. And the career opportunities. This is a big one, Rose. The city is where the jobs are, where the companies are, where the opportunities are. If you're ambitious, if you have big dreams, the city pulls you in like a magnet.
Absolutely. The city rewards hard work. You can climb, you can grow, you can reinvent yourself. And there's something really powerful about that. The city doesn't ask who your parents are or where you grew up. It just asks, what can you do? What are you made of?
That's beautifully said. But, and I want to be honest here, city life is not all glamour, is it?
No, it really isn't.
Let's talk about the other side, the side that nobody puts in the travel brochures.
Right. So here's the reality. The cost of living in a city, especially a big one, is enormous. You're paying a huge amount for an apartment that might be the size of a closet. And your neighbor, you might not even know their name after 3 years of living side by side.
That loneliness in the crowd, that is something so many city people feel. You are surrounded by millions of people, and yet you can feel completely, utterly alone. That's one of the most painful paradoxes of city life.
I remember once I was sitting on a city bus, completely exhausted after a long day at work. I looked around, everyone was staring at their phones, earphones in their own little world. Nobody was talking, nobody was making eye contact. And I thought, when did we stop seeing each other?
Quietly. That hits hard, Rose. It really does.
And the stress, the commute. Oh, the commute. Spending 1, 2, sometimes even 3 hours a day just getting to work and getting back home. Breathing polluted air, standing in crowded trains. That kind of daily grind slowly wears you down.
And the pace. Everything is fast in the city. Fast food, fast fashion, fast relationships. You're always rushing to the next thing, always busy, always scheduled. And at some point, you start to wonder, am I actually living or am I just surviving?
Nodding slowly. That question is what makes so many people start thinking about the village.
All right, Close your eyes for a second, both of us and everyone listening.
Okay.
All right, imagine you wake up in a village, not an alarm clock waking you, but maybe the sound of birds outside your window, the first light of the sun coming through curtains that move gently in the morning breeze, and the smell. The smell of fresh air, of earth, of someone in the kitchen making breakfast from scratch.
Oh, wow. That feeling?
There's a word in some languages for it, that feeling of deep peace when nature's around you and time seems to slow down. And in the village, every morning feels like that.
I visited a small village once, and I still think about it. The roads were not paved with concrete. They were dirt paths with grass growing along the sides. And there were trees, real, tall, old trees, with branches so wide they created a natural canopy above you as you walked.
And the sky. In the city, you barely see the sky. There are buildings everywhere. But in the village, the sky is enormous. At night, you can see stars, actual stars, not just the pale gray glow like in the city.
The connection to nature in a village is something that city people desperately miss, even if they don't always know it. There's actual scientific research now showing that spending time in nature lowers your blood pressure, reduces anxiety, and makes you feel genuinely happier.
And the community. This is the heart of village life. In a city, your neighbor is a stranger. In a village, your neighbor is almost family. If you're sick, someone brings you food. If you're celebrating, everyone celebrates with you. If you're grieving, no one lets you grieve alone.
That sense of belonging, of being truly known by the people around you, is something so precious. And it's something that is genuinely rare in city life.
I heard a story once about an old woman in a small village. She had lived there her entire life, never moved to the city. And someone asked her, "Don't you feel like you missed out? The city has so much more." And she looked at them and said, "My neighbors have been my friends for 60 years. Can the city give me that?"
Moved? That's beautiful. That really is.
Village life has that depth, that rootedness. People in villages often have a stronger sense of identity, of who they are, where they come from, what they believe in, because they are surrounded by their history, their traditions, their land.
The food in villages is something else, too. Laughs. I'm serious. When food is grown right there, when you can see the garden where your vegetables came from, it tastes completely different. There's a pride in it, a love in it.
No processed food, no plastic packaging, no mystery ingredients, just real, honest, fresh food. And people often eat together, as a family, as a community. That shared meal has a meaning that a rushed lunch eaten alone at a work desk could never have.
But let's be fair, Leo. Village life also has its challenges. We can't pretend it's all sunsets and fresh air.
You're absolutely right. Let's talk about that.
One of the biggest challenges of village life is the limited opportunities. If you're young and you have big ambitions, you want to be a doctor, an engineer, an entrepreneur, the village often cannot give you the resources, the institutions, the networks that you need.
Education is a real issue. In many villages, access to quality schools and universities is limited, and that means young people often have to leave their families, leave their communities to pursue their education and their dreams, and that can be heartbreaking.
Access to healthcare, too. In the city, a hospital might be 10 minutes away. In a village, it might be hours. And in a medical emergency, those hours matter enormously.
And while the tight-knit community can be beautiful, it can also be, choosing words carefully, a little suffocating sometimes. When everyone knows everything about everyone, your private life, your choices, your mistakes, it can feel like there's no space to just be yourself.
Nodding. Yes, the gossip. Laughs. Let's be real. Village gossip is legendary. If you do something on Monday, the whole village knows by Tuesday morning.
Laughing. I've heard stories. But on a more serious note, in some villages, tradition and conformity are very strong. And if you're someone who thinks differently, who has unconventional ideas, who wants to break the mold, that can be a lonely and difficult experience.
Nodding. Yes, the gossip. Laughs. Let's be real. Village gossip is legendary. If you do something on Monday, the whole village knows by Tuesday morning.
Laughing. I've heard stories. But on a more serious note, in some villages, tradition and conformity are very strong. And if you're someone who thinks differently, who has unconventional ideas, who wants to break the mold, that can be a lonely and difficult experience.
And the lack of entertainment and social infrastructure. No museums, no theaters, no diverse restaurants, no networking events. For someone who craves stimulation and variety, the village can feel very small very quickly.
Okay, Rose, this is my favorite part. We've talked about the facts, the pros, the cons, the realities, but now let's talk about the feelings. Because at the end of the day, we don't just live with our minds, we live with our hearts.
Exactly. So let me ask you directly, Leo. If you could choose right now, city or village, what would your heart say?
You know, my honest answer is it depends on what season of life I'm in. When I was younger, full of fire and ambition, the city called to me. The energy, the opportunities, the excitement, I needed all of that. I needed to be in the middle of things, to be moving fast, to be building something.
That makes so much sense. The city is perfect for a certain kind of hunger, intellectual, professional, social.
But now, as I get older, as I think about what truly makes me feel alive, not just busy, but alive, I think of open spaces, of mornings without alarms, of conversations that aren't rushed, of lying in the grass and staring at the sky. And that's the village pulling at me.
I feel the same way, and I think so many people feel this deep split inside themselves, this tug of war between the city and the village, because both speak to different parts of who we are.
The city speaks to our ambition, our curiosity, our social nature, our need to connect with many people, to experience many things, to grow and achieve.
And the village speaks to our deeper, quieter self, our need for peace, for belonging, for simplicity, for meaning that isn't tied to productivity or success.
And maybe, and this is a thought I keep coming back to, maybe the best life is one that has both, not necessarily at the same time, but across a life.
Work hard in the city when you're young and ambitious. Build your career, your finances, your skills. And then, when you've done that, when you've proved what you needed to prove to yourself, find a way back to something smaller, quieter, more real.
More and more people are doing exactly that now. The concept of slow living is growing globally. People are leaving high-pressure city jobs to move to smaller towns and villages. They're starting small farms. They're working remotely and living near nature. They're choosing less money for more peace.
And that's not failure. That's wisdom. That's recognizing what truly matters.
A full bank account but an empty heart, is that really success?
And a peaceful heart but an empty stomach, is that really freedom?
Look at us getting philosophical.
We always do. But that's what we love about these conversations. English is not just a language, it's a tool to explore big ideas, deep feelings, and real human experiences.
We love hearing from our audience, from people all over the world who watch Hello English World. And on this topic, the responses we've received have been truly fascinating.
We asked our audience, city or village, where does your heart belong? And here's what people said.
One viewer wrote, I grew up in a small village and moved to the city for university. I love the opportunities here, but every time I go back home for a holiday, I realize how much I miss the silence. The city gave me a career, but the village gave me a soul.
Oh, that last line. The city gave me a career, but the village gave me a soul. Someone write that down because that is a line worth remembering.
Another viewer shared, I've lived in the city my whole life, and I wouldn't trade it. The diversity, the culture, the pace, it makes me feel alive. But I understand why some people want peace. I think we need to respect both choices.
What a mature and beautiful perspective. And that's what we always try to encourage here. Not to judge, but to understand. Not to say, my way is right, but to say, let's try to see through each other's eyes.
A third viewer who lives in a village wrote, people think village life is backward, but we have something the city is desperate for. Community. My neighbor helped me build my house. My whole village celebrated my daughter's wedding. That is not backward. That is human.
Yes, that is human. That is profoundly, beautifully human.
These voices remind us that this isn't just an abstract debate. It's about people's lives, their homes, their identities, their sense of where they belong in the world.
Now, let's do a quick English spotlight, because on Hello English World, we always make sure you're walking away with new vocabulary and expressions. Ready?
Always ready. Let's go.
First phrase, the grass is always greener on the other side. This is a classic English idiom that means we always think other people's situations are better than ours. City people dream of village peace. Village people dream of city opportunities. Sound familiar?
Very familiar. Second expression, a rat race. This is a common way to describe the exhausting, competitive, never-ending hustle of city life. I'm tired of the rat race means I'm tired of working so hard and competing constantly just to survive.
Third one, roots. Not literally the roots of a plant, but roots as a metaphor for your origins, your hometown, your family, your sense of where you come from. Going back to my roots means returning to where you began, physically or emotionally.
Fourth, the urban jungle. Urban means related to the city, and calling it a jungle suggests it's wild, competitive, and survival of the fittest. Navigating the urban jungle means figuring out how to survive and thrive in the city.
And finally, off the beaten path. This means something that is away from the usual crowded touristy route. A village might be described as off the beaten path, away from the mainstream, quieter, less known.
Beautiful phrases. And notice they all paint vivid pictures. That's what great English does. It doesn't just describe, it shows you something.
We've been on quite a journey today, haven't we, Leo? From honking city streets to peaceful village mornings, from the loneliness of the crowd to the warmth of a community that knows your name.
And what I hope you take away from this conversation is not that one is better than the other, but that both have something real and valuable to offer. Both speak to genuine human needs.
The city reminds us that we are capable, that we can achieve, can create and build, that the world is big and full of possibility.
And the village reminds us that we are enough, that we don't have to be busy to be valuable, that sitting under a tree, watching the sunset, surrounded by the people we love, that is also a rich and full life.
Wherever you are in the world right now, in a crowded city apartment or a quiet village home, or somewhere in between, we hope this conversation made you feel something, made you think, made your English a little stronger and your heart a little fuller.
That's what Hello English World is all about. Language and life. Together. Always together.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. It means the world, the whole English world, to us.
And remember, every conversation you have in English, every word you learn, every idea you express, you are growing. You are becoming more connected to this beautiful, complicated, wonderful world.
Until next time, keep listening, keep speaking, and keep learning.
This is Leo.
And this is Rose from Hello English World. See you next time.
Hey, before you go, if you enjoyed today's broadcast, please take just 1 second and hit that like button. It genuinely helps us more than you know, and it tells us you want more conversations like this one.
And we would love to hear your voice in the comments. Tell us, are you a city person or a village person? Or maybe you're somewhere in between. Share your story, where you're from, where you live now, and which one you prefer. We read every single comment and we reply as much as we can.
If you're new here, welcome to the family. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a broadcast. We put out new conversations regularly, and each one is a new world to explore.
And if you have a friend who is learning English, share this video with them. Learning together is always more fun, more powerful.
We are a global community of English learners and lovers from every country, every background, every level, and every one of you belongs here.
Thank you for making this channel feel like home. You are the reason we do this.
Stay curious, stay kind, and we'll see you in the next broadcast. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Hey, before you go, if you enjoyed today's broadcast, please take just 1 second and hit that like button. It genuinely helps us more than you know, and it tells us you want more conversations like this one.
And we would love to hear your voice in the comments. Tell us, are you a city person or a village person? Or maybe you're somewhere in between. Share your story, where you're from, where you live now, and which one you prefer. We read every single comment and we reply as much as we can.
If you're new here, welcome to the family. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a broadcast. We put out new conversations regularly, and each one is a new world to explore.
And if you have a friend who is learning English, share this video with them. Learning together is always more fun, more powerful.
We are a global community of English learners and lovers from every country, every background, every level, and every one of you belongs here.
Thank you for making this channel feel like home. You are the reason we do this.
Stay curious, stay kind, and we'll see you in the next broadcast. Bye for now.
Bye for now.